Irvingman. In the pilot episode, we met Takuya Yamashiro, daredevil motorcycle rider and suddenly Spider-Man. An alien named Garia gave him his spider powers and commissioned him to battle Professor Monster and his Iron Cross army.
Spiderman, 眠りから覚めよ。鉄十字軍団が動き出そうとしている。
Unfortunately, Garia was 400 years old and pretty much died in Takuya's arms. Still, he managed to change himself into a spider, and now he communicates with Takuya by telepathy.
その夜、東京地方には最大瞬間風速40メートルの強風が吹き荒れたが、夜明けとともに風はピタリと嘘のように収まった。
I've never been to Tokyo, and I sure didn't get there in the 70s, so I don't know how it is there. Here in Seattle, anytime we get a big squall like that, it's easy to see that it happened because there are pieces of trees all over the streets and everywhere else. Maybe that's why they didn't show us the sidewalks when they said that.
タクジ、早くしないと学校に遅れるわよ。
どうしたの、お姉ちゃん。
どうしたんとこに雲。
いないじゃないか。
いない？どうしたのかしら。最近急に雲が増え。
No, not more. You're just seeing the same one more frequently. I suggest you introduce yourself because he's a member of your household now.
あら、ひとみさん。おはよう。早いわね。商売。誰は？お兄ちゃん？まだお休み中。
ほんとに寝坊ね。
起きてよ。いつまで寝てんのよ。目が腐るわよ。
If he sleeps in the same outfit that a lot of guys do, you might want to be careful about moving that blanket.
電車がひっくり返ったのよ。
それが君と何の関係があるんだい？
わからない人ね。私はフリーのカメラマンとして特ダネを狙ってるのよ。さあ、早くオートバイ運転してちょうだい。あなたレーサーでしょ？もっと早く走れないの？だからあなたはダメなのよ。
何がダメなんだよ。
She says she's a freelance photographer, but the way she's working Takuya, I suspect she may also be an aspiring psychologist. At the very least, she knows where all his buttons are and how to push them.
夕べの突風でね、東京湾から吹き上げた風が電車を転覆させちゃったんだって。乗っていた十数人のお客さんが怪我をして病院へ運ばれたそうよ。
突風？
こんな事故は初めてだって。電車が橋桁に引っかからないで川に落ちてたら大惨事になるところだってニュースで言ってたわ。
果たして突風の仕業かな。
The wind was strong enough to push the train over onto its side, and yet nothing else is damaged that we know of. Takuya has a fair idea what's really going on.
俺は丹沢山中でスパイダー星人と名乗るガリアから信じられないような話を聞いた。
I don't know why he's in a Christian church. Religion won't come up at all. He's recounting Garia's backstory.
今を去る400年前、我々の住む太陽系を遠く離れた M77 星雲の第17星列に地球によく似た平和な惑星スパイダー星があったという。
There is an object in the sky that we've designated M77. It's an enormous galaxy. I don't know what he means by the 17th Milky Way. As far as I know, there's only one of those. Regardless, this world lived in peace until Professor Monster came and destroyed it. Garia's story and Takuya's are eerily similar.
スパイダー星を留守にしていたガリアが帰ってみると、スパイダー星を統率していたガリアの両親と姉妹たちは、
父上、モンスター、必ず私が殺す。
He chased Monster to Earth, where they found themselves in the middle of medieval Japanese civilization. It was the age of clans and civil war, and Professor Monster thought he could blend in with the chaos and hide. but he couldn't hide from Garia.
ガリアモンスター貴様を殺す父と母と兄弟たちの名において貴様を倒す笑わせるなガリア
Whatever was in that Pokeball, you might want to tone it down a little before the next tournament. Garia orders Marveler back into space to hide until the time is right to return. Garia was able to survive for the next 400 years because 20 Earth years is only 1 year on his planet. So even though 400 years passed, he only aged 20. The rest, don't ask, just go with it.
宇宙をさまよっていたマーベラーを俺は呼び寄せたスパイダーマンスパイダーマシン GP7 でマーベラーにドッキングして戦うのだ
We didn't see that part last time, and it won't come up again this time.
トップで転覆した電車に乗っていて怪我をした乗客の一人が変なこと言ってるのよね。変なこと？走る電車の中から不思議なものを見たんですって。まるでお化けみたいだって言ってたわ。
ひとみちゃん。
あら、お兄ちゃんも墓参り。
今の話を詳しく。
どうしたのやぶから棒に。
怪しいものを見た人は救急病院にいるんだな。
そうよ。
一緒に来るんだ。
He has more than a passing hunch the Iron Cross Army was behind the derailment. He needs to know what this guy saw.
何かあったよね。
うん。
We saw a familiar figure hanging around, and even putting her in that frumpy outfit can't hide who she is. Looks like she killed this guy to keep him from talking. All they have to go on is what he told Hitomi. So what did he told Hitomi?
あの人、ゆうべあの電車に乗ってたんだって。
I know the phrase big brain is a common one today, but it wasn't in the 70s, and even if it had been, I don't think it would have meant that. But that thing is just ridiculous enough to tell Takiya that yes, Professor Monster is behind all this.
今の話、誰にも言うんじゃないぜ。彼は多分、青白い不思議なものを見たために消されたんだ。君は彼の話を半分信じた。奴らが君のことを知ったら、必ず襲ってくる。逃げろ、行くんだ。
My keen detective instincts are telling me they may already know. Why do they do that? I don't know. But they're doing it from all directions. There's nowhere for her to flee. I wonder if she could slip away between them while they're doing that stuff.
Spider! Let's go!
Never mind.
Spider! String!
Hitomi says she's a freelance photographer, but she needs to take a lesson from Peter Parker. Have your camera with you all the time. She's missing some shots here that could make her rich. The bad guys finally run away. Someone isn't happy about that.
何事よスパイダーマンにしてやられ おめえおめえと逃げ戻ってくるとは。
スパイダーマンめ、ガリアのやつが今の際に己の命を奴に与えたに違いない。
スパイダーマンを見つけ出せよ、必ず。
That's a matter for later. Right now, Takuya has another problem.
君の兄さんったらひどいのよ。
本当かい兄さん、どうして奴らと戦えなかったのさ。
暴力は嫌いだ。
だってひとみさんが殺されるところだったんじゃないか。
He did. He just can't find a way to tell them. Try this. I was getting ready to when the guy in the funny suit appeared and told me to get away, he'd handle it.
あなたを助けてくれた雲人間？そう。その雲人間って一体何者？わからないわ。
スパイダーマンって言うんだ。
今度だったらバッチリと映して特ダネを取ってやるから見てなさい。
If there is a next time, is it just me or could Shinko and Hitomi pass for identical twins if they wanted to? Takuya needs to talk to Garia about the Iron Cross Army.
ガリア、鉄十字団が動き出すと言うんだな。奴らが第二の攻撃を企んでいるというのか。いつどこで？ガリア、どこでだ？ガリア、ガリア、どうした？
Or not. The narrator explains that even as his body died, Garia held on as long as he could in the form of a spider. But he's finally at peace. No more ducking house cats that think he looks like a toy.
さようならガリア。俺はきっとやる。あなたの死を無駄にはしない。
スパイダーマンは行動に移った。
Spiderman is on the move. Spiderman is loose. See the webbing, watch the moves. Spiderman is loose.
The first step in destroying the Iron Cross Army is find them.
スパイダーマンは超能力を与えられている。その一つは普通の人間では知ることのできない動きをキャッチできる。つまり予知能力だ。
How many times could Peter Parker have used the spider sense like that? It takes all night, but he finally picks up the trail.
成田新東京国際空港への燃料補給車は高性能のジェット燃料を満載し毎日走っている。
The monster seems to have a thing about trains. I recommend a psychiatrist because I'd bet there's some kind of childhood drama behind this. Spider-Man sees the situation. I still don't know why he says those things in English, but as long as that thing understands him, I guess it doesn't matter.
貴様何者だ？
マシンベム相当金。
皆さん。
The phrase machine bem confirms that it came from Professor Monster. Yep, we'll get fight action all through the theme song. But that's not all. Who knew the song had a second verse? The music in this show is top notch, by the way. I could listen to it with or without the visuals. Last time I said this show is thoroughly Japanese. There's a good example. All monsters in Japan can do that. Fortunately, they only grow as big as Leopardon.
Spider string! Agta! Leopardon! Swordbika!
Again, I don't know why he doesn't save time and do the sword first. And really, if Professor Monster wanted to do this right, he'd be trying to steal that sword instead of fighting its owner. The landscapes, the way the creatures and vehicles move, I can't stop thinking about Godzilla vs. Megalon. I could swear this series used some of the same sets. And of course, the generation after me looks at those things and thinks Power Rangers. It's like you can draw a straight line from the monster movies of the 50s through this and on to them. I'm enjoying the series, in fact I think it's terrific, but that straight line is what stays in my mind the most. Just think, without Jet, Jaguar, and Marveler, we might never have had a Megazord. How scary is that? Daredevil, Motorcycle Rider, and suddenly Spiderman. I can say more, say so. That was an adventure, wasn't it? Well, come on up here to your safe spot, good girl. No, I'm gonna go pee.